A whole lot of people, a lot of Igbo people who are in diaspora have not experienced what it means to be Igbo. So with these events, especially for we the younger ones, we tend to show them the positive aspects of our culture. Okay. The idea for the Lagos Igbo Hangout came upon us by, I was having a conversation with one of my mutuals. I know now one event, social media Olympics in Lagos, and then we had like the only Igbo people there.
Just two of you?
Yeah, Suzu Igbo.
I swear.
And then we were not catching everybody's attention, and we were very unapologetic about it. And she was like, Mpa, host us one of these days now, host us one. She just said it casually, and 2 weeks later, I now made a tweet. Yeah, I want to host an Igbo themed event, and my tweets got viral. A whole lot of Igbo people all over the world started supporting us. Harry Obi, the marketing manager for Solar now, Harry Obi sent us ₦1 million out of the blue.
Igbo and mana batage na Voice of the East olundi Igbo ebe anyị na-eme sọsọ ife gbasalụ ndị Igbo sọsọ maka ọdịmma ndị Igbo onya ka iji wee nọdị ebe a mụ na nwa okorobịa ọma eji eme ọnụ nwa okorobịa ndị Igbo ji aba mba nwa okorobịa ndị Igbo ji eme mpako na Nigeria na mba niile gbakwara gburugburu afa ya bụ Favour Ogbuji a na-akpọ ya mpa na Twitter ọ bụ na ime onye na-ekwu nyenwa bụ the convener of Lagos Igbo Hangout. It's the biggest Igbo convened event in Nigeria, happens every year, and he's also the greatest person to do any event in Nigeria. Ihe ọbụla bụ Mbori, akwa ịma ihe ọbụla bụ Mbori, ihe ọbụla bụ piano na piano ebe ọ na-eme nekwe ebe a. Ihe ọbụla na-ejikọta ndị Igbo mana Atlanta, mana Lagos, mana ebe niile kpọbịa. Ị chọrọ aka ndị Igbo gbazuo, ị chọrọ aka ndị odogwu gbazuo nekwe ya. Ịghọtago a na-akpụ ya mpa. Afia bụ Favour. Mpa, how are you today?
I'm very well.
It's so nice to see you. Mụ na onye abụgoyi na social medium for over 5 years. Mana ejibere m anya m na-aba wefia. Owelu tata mwesia n'ifulu ma by hook ma by crook. Maka na faso Davido. Fabulu Davido we duli ya piano Enugu on Friday night. Igota mwesia na ifulu nke a na-eme ejekwa ebe ọbụla na ọmụ na gị. Nya ka ọ bịalụ tata ka anyị wee jụọ ya 1 or 2. Favour keke ime.
Apụtala m.
Aha. De mu ọkwa nwanne m be ha. So ọ bụ na ndị too happy. Bear with me biko. Nna m anyị ma maka your fashion business. We know about your event planning. We know about everything that you're doing. Mana nke buputezigi, nke mezigi the global mobulu ndi kwulu bụ the Lagos Igbo Fest. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us how you came about the Lagos Igbo Hangout.
Firstly, my name is Ogbuji Favour. I'm only Ikwano na Abia State. I go to school na Evangel University. I go pure and applied mathematics. I still practice mathematics.
School, I will pass up. Like if you are the internet, even mathematician.
Yeah, I'm published.
Just pass school.
So basically, I go to school now, Evangel, but Bikwane Nugo Obere, and then with the Lagos Igbo Hangouts, it's basically us globalizing our culture and promoting our culture.
What do you think? Because I'm sure you're not the only Igbo person in Enugu. I'm in Lagos. I'm sure there are other Igbo people in Lagos. But what was your idea? How did you come up with, oh, I could get all the Igbo people in Lagos to come to one place at one time and have a good... How did you do that?
I always give due credit where necessary.
Okay.
The idea for the Lagos Igbo Hangout came upon us by I was having a conversation with one of my mutuals, Chidogo. Okay. Chidogo was in Enugu. Then all relocated to Biawa Lagos, and then we were together in Lagos. And I know Lagos, I know na one event, social media Olympics na Lagos, and then we had like the only Igbo people there.
Just 2 of you?
Yeah, Suzu Igbo. I swear. And then we were not catching everybody's attention, and we were very unapologetic about it. And I've not seen Chidogo in a while, so she was like, Mpa, host us one of these days now, host us one. She just said it casually, and you know how conversations work now. I think 2 weeks later, I now made a tweet. That my tweets got viral. I made that tweet 3rd of May. Yeah, I want to host an Igbo themed event, and now, out of the abundance of the heart.
The mouth has
spoken. And you would be thinking of one and he will bless you with 1,000. Yeah, so the tweets went viral and a whole lot of Igbo people all over the world started supporting us. Harry Obi, the marketing manager for Solar now, Harry Obi sent us ₦1 million out of the blues, and I was like,
You don't start to.
Yeah, he said it. He said he wants this event to be a success, and he trusts me to deliver. And for somebody who has given you that much, there's a trust level. So I had to deliver, and we went all out. Yeah, we're so grateful for everybody that supported us for the first edition. I'm Mila and Kombu. Mila the second one as well.
I know, 2.0 was crazy. Yeah. International correspondence and involvement. If una moka obukwa ni Igbo neje. Igbo hangout on a plan of America. I had some asiri that Nandi America had. Very soon, Haye Mekwa the Igbo Lagos Igbo hangout.
Yes, Igbo hangout.
And he's the one who is, of course, involved in doing this. He also planned the Ofala in Anambra State. He's involved. If I put a name like chokehold event Ninu plan Obagodu till December, he knows all about it. So tell me, where are you hoping that the Lagos Igbo Fest? How vast are you looking at this project?
Firstly, one of the things we have done, we are not just limiting ourselves to just Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, so in as much as Lagos is the bedrock that has bettered these festivities, yeah, we even as at last year we've done Abuja, the Abuja Igbo Festival, we've done Port Harcourt. We are looking at doing Kano, Accra, and basically like all over the world. And then the idea is for Igbos in diasporas, where we come and celebrate ourselves, and we have cultural touch points where we can pick up things from a whole lot of people. A lot of Igbo people who are in diaspora have not experienced what it means to be Igbo. So with these events, we, especially for we the younger ones, we tend to show them the positive aspects of our culture. Yes,
you are doing amazing work. Now, I remember the touring. I know you're into touring. You are into big tours, and you host these hikes. They are really big. I don't know, where can you all these things? I'm serious. So there's the hiking, and I know you do it in Abuja, you do it in Lagos and other places. I think there was one that happened in Onitsha at some point. How is the tourism business going on?
Firstly, tourism in Nigeria is a very thankless job. Yeah. It's a thankless job.
How many thankless jobs are in Nigeria anyway? Almost like everything we do is like charity.
Yeah, it's tourism is okay. I've been in the tourism space for say 10 years. I started my brand here in Enugu, Navigators Travels and Tours. Then we were hiking in Enugu. And then
that used to be your handle name. Yes, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, that's my.
I remember.
Yeah, basically. So we started by hiking in Enugu, Ugu Onyema, Iva Valley, promoting cultural content. Yeah, and then we started exploring other Southeast states. I understudied OU Tours. OU Tours is like my father in tourism. He's still very much active. Yeah, and then after I left Enugu, I started doing local West African tours. As at last year, we went as far as Gambia. By road.
By road?
Yeah.
Where am I when they are doing all these nice things?
Yeah, it's not for we at Navigators, we are more focused on adventures.
Okay.
We don't do luxury tourism. We are more focused on adventures, local content. So you'd always catch us in Abuja hiking. Okay. You can see us in Accra skydiving. Yeah, there's this skydiving in Accra. And then we do a whole lot of local content across Nigeria and West Africa, basically.
You do a lot of weird things. I see you at a lot of weird places, doing a lot of weird things. And I'm like, wow, that's like the spirit, because it's exploration. It's the spirit of curiosity, which brings me to my next question, right? You have been not accused. You are used to posting, quotes that are inspiring. They are one-liners, but they are strong. There's this one you're using now. I am a river that never runs dry. Where are those philosophies coming from? Because in as much as you might be writing it for yourself, and I'm saying this because it's feedback from people who wanted me to ask you, what's going through your head when you're dropping this quotes?
For my 5 quotes now, which is I'm a river that never runs dry.
Yes.
Basically, I'm a community leader. I am a community leader with the Lagos Igbo community, and firstly, I know I have to be deep-rooted for such positions.
Okay.
And deep-rooted in several aspects, finances, knowledge, and all of those things. And me constantly telling myself I am a river that never runs dry. This is me asserting to myself that irrespective of whatever situations I'm in, I would never lack options. So it's a positive reiteration to myself, and I'm always telling myself I'm a river that I can never go broke. I'm just saying it.
Is it working for you?
It has been working,
Okay. Because I'm saying it because even if I'm not seeing the something yet, I feel like it does something to my mind. It confirms something to me.
I post that like 3 times daily. I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing in my head. I am a river that never runs dry. I've never gone broke in the longest of time. Bro, literally. I'm a river that never runs dry.
Which brings me to business. Let's talk about business, especially in the East. Do you think that brands are doing enough, especially Igbo brands? Do you think we're doing enough to invest in Igbo culture? Igbo-owned businesses? Because we know that our people are successful, especially in Lagos. Do you think that these businesses and these brands, no way to help us down here in the East?
Firstly, I would say a big shout out to the brands who have been involved doing their bits. I would really say we appreciate you guys. We see what you guys are doing. But then this is also me charging to other brands to do more. We can do more. We can be more. And especially for we in Alibo, we need brand presence. Not just brand presence because in Alibo we have good purchasing power. We have the numbers. We have literally everything. We have the brand visibility and literally everything brand wants. And when the Southeast is being neglected, it doesn't tell well.
Okay.
It doesn't really tell well. So I'm saying to brands, come into the Southeast, come and do business in the Southeast.
Right.
Do you understand? Come and do business with credible people in the Southeast. Yeah.
So you see, there are outlets. In case you say we don't know who to invest in, we don't know who to use, we don't know who to talk to. Mpa is here for you. If you need to reach out to brands, you need to reach out to these people. Talk to us. We know where to find them. So, because Igbo Sina, ana man masino no wepu bilo, not outside where Maziaki are considered. No. So let everybody be guided. My dear, I want to look at some of your experiences. Okay, something fun. Brombonina in this serious. Have you had any unforgettable experience combining, your event planning, your event management, and your tourism business? Have you had maybe an unforgettable experience?
Yes, I've had.
Or maybe
not funny, life-threatening.
Oh my goodness,
life-threatening.
What
in
happened?
2020. Yeah, I think after the lockdown, we were just the lockdown was for a while, and I'm an outdoor person. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
I know.
If I don't do something risky in months, I'll start getting depressed.
I told you, I've seen him in great places.
Yeah, so
underwater.
So that lockdown period, we were indoors for like 4 months. I could not be outside. I was literally going crazy. Listen, it's not funny. I have to share this story. Sorry. I was going crazy 4 months and I've not hiked. I've not hiked. I've not done something that would. So I think around September, October, the lockdown was now lifted a bit. So they're now getting better, and I started reaching out to my partners. Let's have a hike in Enugu. And then because we've not gone out in a while, we've not assessed the security situation.
Okay.
We were now, I think we were about like 30 of us. We now went on a hike somewhere, that place, only you know, outside it, Transekulu. We were hiking, we were almost done, and we were coming back. Now some boys did maputa. It was weird. And most of the boys in my community, shared their hammer. Yeah, they will literally throw their lives for the flimsiest of things, and as their leader I have to make sure everybody's tamed, everybody's. So when those boys came, those boys were like 30 on that hike, those boys were like 10. Today Maputa, we're like, and then they started harassing us. So I was telling you, they started harassing us, groping the ladies, and I couldn't let that. It was weird, it was crazy. I can't forget. Yeah, in this Enugu. The video trended online then.
Chimo.
Yeah, and we were in the bush. We could fight these people.
Okay.
We could.
Okay.
And I had females with me. I can't jeopardize anybody's safety.
Gotten messy.
So we allowed them. I think they robbed some persons. They didn't take our phones.
Okay.
We just give them money and all of those things. And then I made a video while I was still there, posted online, that was even going viral then. So that experience is something that it took it a while to shake off. Especially because we had international guests. I had people flying in from Sierra Leone. Yeah, it's one of the things we do here in Enugu. When we put up our big hikes, we have people coming in from all over Nigeria.
To come and walk.
Yeah.
See, you are neglecting our place. You don't know.
They don't know. From come on. I was with Nautical East. We are pulling in people from South Africa. 2021, then we started Navigators.
So you're saying this carelessness, this because it's I don't want to call it insecurity, it's carelessness.
It was, yeah, carelessness.
This carelessness, would you say it's some of the reasons why we're not getting the things we're supposed to get around here? Because that experience you just explained, I'm thinking people in your group, there are some who would have had reservations after
a whole
that.
lot. Since then to now, some of them has not gone on hike with us. Over 5 years ago, it's crazy. The ones who have been on hike with us, they trust my credibility.
Sure.
It's one of the things. But then it was a mess for my international partners. I told you, I had people flying from Sierra Leone, from South Africa to hike in Enugu, and their experience was they were being. It was crazy. 20. Yeah, I won't forget this. 21. Yeah.
Stop that. That's not okay.
Yeah, I think it's something I have not even forgotten about. That. So right now, if we're on hikes, we have to make plans for security.
Okay, good, because
I don't take chances.
So now you have security with you.
I don't take chances.
So you see, because I love hiking, we should all. Because people keep saying there's nothing to do in Enugu. It's only Oringo in the night that you used to do in Enugu.
Not true.
But it's not true. There are activities like this that you can get to, right? So let me ask him. We don't have time anymore, so let me just quickly ask Mpa what he thinks about the new creatives. You know, we have these influencers. We have, you know, a lot of progress that they are making in music. We're even seeing it in the social circles as well. Do you think that there is a way we can combine the strength of the youth with the Igbo Renaissance that we're looking at?
Do you understand? So basically, the whole creative sector now with our Igbo Renaissance, we need synchronization. Partnership would not just do. We need to be synchronized. Properly synchronized.
Okay.
Again, we're talking about the globalization of the Igbo culture. We're talking about the positive propagation of the Igbo culture. We need to be in sync.
We need to be
in sync. And then this is a whole lot of work. This is a whole lot of narrative building. There's a whole lot of mindset shifts.
Okay.
And there's a whole lot of dropping the archaic and looking towards the future.
Do you think that older Igbos need to also help us in this journey? Because the older ones, you have completely abandoned it.
There is a disconnect.
People. Yeah. You have completely left it to us.
There's a disconnect, and I don't know why. And anytime we bring up these conversations, they always bring up the war trauma and all of those things. But then the war has happened.
Don't they want to heal?
Man, the war has happened, and there is a disconnect between that generation, our generation, and the future generation. For we now in this generation, we're even trying to bridge with the future because our times are numbered.
The times are numbered.
Our times are numbered. My 30s, I might not have as much energy as a 20-year-old person.
Welcome to our club.
So we need proper sync between that generation, our generation, and this generation. We need to sync. This generation won't do it alone. We won't do it alone. Them won't do it alone. We need the experience of these people.
Now these ones will do our back. Now don't be the problem. These ones are the real.
We need their experience.
The gap between us and them is this wide. It's crazy.
It's very.
Look, it sounds. We are the young people. We're trying to teach the young ones. We are the ones having the necessary conversations online, fighting. All this bigotry and everything, all the ideologies we're trying to change and shift. You older Nigerians are the older Igbo people.
We are looking inwards now. Yeah, actually, we need proper sync with our elders. We need them to put us in spaces. We need them to put us in conversations. We need to stand on their shoulders.
It is our birthright. We are demanding.
We are demanding it. We are not asking.
We are demanding it. That's the way it's supposed to be. Who comes from this? Yeah, young people say involve us. Involve us in what is going on. Apamuna Favour, Ogbuji, and Mpa, the globalist, that the young man that is taking Igbo culture, taking Igbo to the world, taking Igbo global. If you want to know what is happening in an Igbo, if you want to come and join other young Igbo people, progressive Igbo people who are doing wonderful things in an Igbo, come and join us. Now, Voice of the East, Kine again. Afambo Noma. May your send by. Favour, send by. Bye.
Thank you so very much. Keep watching Voice of the East. Keep supporting them. Keep doing business with Voice of the East. And that are very credible, very reliable. They've been our partners from the first edition of the Lagos Igbo Hangout, the Abuja Igbo Fest, the second edition as well, and they are our lifelong partners. So keep doing business with them. Thank you very much.
I'm going to go and be a proud Igbo somebody. I'll see you later.